today we are going to be checking out some arena. We do have Karato and Yumeko here. Thank you, Shed, for this. Again, one of our tandem doability champs. I wish I had a Yumeko, guys. But here we go. So I'm going to show you guys their gear and everything that we have. You do see that they do also have some blessings, so I'll show you that as well. So you are going to see that Yumeko has 1 speed and 2 perception sets. Also because we're doing some arena here, so you see that she does have a refresh ring. And she also has a refresh banner as well too, which is a chance to prevent a skill cooldown. So let's take a look at her stats. We are running arena. We don't have any extra bonuses for this, but with her we have 41,000 HP, 2200 attack, defense we're at 3600, 300 speed. She's not crit capped and not with the crit damage either, because again she's not in here for the damage, right? 196 resistance, 572 in the accuracy, and again 0 on the ignore defense. So I'm going to assume that she's fully booked. She is. And her blessing is polymorph. I think it's such a fun one for the sheep, right? Place a sheep debuff. So she does only have 1 star, which is a 5% chance of placing a sheep. And this debuff requires accuracy to be placed, of course, but she does have a good amount of accuracy. And then so she doesn't have full masteries, which is fine. She just has the masteries down enough to get her T6, which in this case is going to be Eagle Eye, which is accuracy plus 50. Okay. So this is going to be Yumeko. Now, why we have Karato with her too is, again, like I was mentioning, there's a tandem ability, right? So on her A2, which is Destiny's Mirror, is whenever someone fills a turn of an enemy under a hex debuff placed by her, this champion's turn meter is filled instead, and that's only available when Karato is with her, right? So that's important. Then we also have her passive, which is Deep Coverage, as a perfect veil. And when she's veiled, she's immune to all debuffs. Whenever a veil, a perfect veil buff is placed on an enemy, there's a 75% chance of her stealing the buff. This happens before the buff is placed on the initial target. So the idea, again, with her being this Kitsune Spirit Fox, is that there's this chance for her to have a veil, perfect veil, and it only happens when Karato is with her, right? So speaking of Karato, here he is. He is an attack champ. So we are going to see with him that he is in a lethal set, which is crit rate plus 10%, ignores defense. And then that we also have a divine crit rate set on him too. So let's check out his stats. With him, he's at almost 40,000 HP. His attack is at 6,000. That's pretty good, again, considering he's an attack champ, right? 2,000 defense, 230 speed. He is crit capped with 276% on the crit damage, 102 resistance, and then 114 on the accuracy. I'm going to assume he's fully booked, which he is, and his blessing is going to be Soul Reaper, which I love that. This is when, when he attacks, the Reaper also appears, ignoring defense, as well as all damage reduction skills, effects, and buffs. So it's always so satisfying when the Reaper pops up and ends up ending an enemy, right? So what this also does too is this helps with the AoE attack. Each target has their HP reduced to the threshold in the attack. So you are going to see, because he has a 3-star blessing, his target HP threshold is going to be 8%, and he does get an additional attack by 500 as well. So for his masters, very similarly, this was just built enough to be able to get him his T6, which is going to be behind me if I shift. So we are going to see the T6 for him is going to be Helm Smasher, going down the defense and the offense trees. So with him, with Yumeko, is we have got a couple things go on here, right? So his A2 is Bedevil, right? He attacks enemy, places a stun, grants an extra turn, and resets the cooldown if Yumeko's on the same team and he kills an enemy. So again, that means he can kill multiple enemies if he's able to, right? So if he kills one, he can keep going as long as Yumeko's there and he keeps killing them. So Shed is saying he built this for the All Shadowkin Arena tournament, which is where we're at, right? So A3 is called Suppression, which is an AoE block active skills. It cannot be resisted if Yumeko is on the same team. And the passive is called Stoicism. Its damage inflicted by this champ cannot be decreased by enemy passive skills except by passive skills of the bosses. And whenever Yumeko dies, instantly grants a turn to Karato, resets the cooldown of each of his skills, okay? Because again, remember, they're a tandem couple, and their lore story also has them together too, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go take these two into arena. All right, guys, so here we are in Plat, and we're gonna be playing up against this team of, here's our Duchess Harima, we also have Mithrala, and then we do have Madame Saris. So we actually do not have any presets here, which is fine. Arbiter's going to start off with her Mentor of Heroes, as is usually the AI. That's just what AI does, right? So let's play. I gotta say, it's fun with a raid having these tandem duo ability champs. They haven't done one of those in a while, right? Like, what was the last tandem ability champ? Was it Jetney and Elsgore? So Karato did pretty well there with that AoE, right? It didn't take anybody out, but it was pretty good. Okay. Beautiful. So we have a speed reduction on 2. Nice. Crowd did good. Like, he one-shotted Duchess and Mithrala, which was great. That was really nice. You really want a Yumeko? You and me both. You and me both. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, wait, did we drop down slightly? Oh, sorry. We're in gold. We're in gold 5. Why was I thinking we were platinum? Sorry about that. Okay, so the idea with this team is we are looking for, like, Duchess Harem, but we're also looking for Taras and Marichka. There's a Harema. There's a Duchess. All right, guys, we're going to try to play up against this team. So Mordu's kind of iffy, right? It kind of depends, like, if his peril procs or not. So we do have Duchess. We do have Elva here for the revives as well. Let's see what happens here. Okay, that was pretty good. I mean, we took out Kyoto. That is definitely... That's a very tanky Duchess with her... There we go. We got the stone skin off. Oh, I gotta say, for being a reviver, there we go. Beautiful. I was gonna say, she was doing a good amount of damage for being a reviver like that. We did get a bit lucky with Mordu not doing his peril. There we go. So we should have that now too. He can't put any buffs on and he's got a speed reduction and death by Reaper. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, do we have another? So there's a single Harema there. I know we were kind of looking for like Taras and Marichka, but I'm surprised we're not finding anything here. We could try to roll a little bit. Let's see. Oh, you mentioned Rhodos as well too. Like we do have a Siphi Rhodos. We could play with these guys. So we have Arbiter, Siphi, Rhodos, and Gaius. Nice. That was a one-shot. I didn't expect that one, but I know that, hey, what do you think is your prime for 16 months? Thank you. I appreciate that for the long-term support. Thank you guys so much. I was just talking about earlier today on my stream. This is my live stream for those of you guys watching on YouTube. How this year's going to be 7 years of Twitch for me. That's such a long time. All right, we'll do one more roll. So this one's Harema. We might play that one. Okay, let's do this one. Ultimate Death Knight, though. So we're going to have to take out Ultimate Death Knight first. Otherwise, he gets really annoying. Oh, look at that! All right, we don't need to target him anymore. They're down. Hey, good job, Karato. So, hey, guys, this is Yumeko Karato. Do you guys have these champs? I personally really, really want a Yumeko. Shed, thank you so much for letting us play around with them.